Welcome to an episode of the Bourbon Experience, and we got something special here today, ladies and gentlemen. We got Kenny. We gutted him into it. We got them all, we peer pressured them into it. So my boy Kenny coming in, and of course Nathan, right? Of course, Kenny's the one that made this beautiful little table for us. So,
oh, really?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Kenny made this table. So, this is a mainstay of the Bourbon Experience.
Without Kenny, there would be no bourbon.
There would be no Bourbon Experience. There you go.
She'd be out on a folding camping table.
So anyways, so Nathan went down and visited Kenny, it was about 2 weeks ago, and they talked about ryes, I think is what it was. So we thought we would have a battle of the ryes.
Battle stations!
So that's what we're going to do tonight.
I
And
wouldn't necessarily say battle, it's just a rye tasting with 4 ryes that Kenny hasn't had.
well, I haven't had either. And I think at the end of this, we got to say what's our favorite. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I think it's a battle of the ryes. The hell with Nathan? Nathan doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, what the hell is he talking about?
I was just hoping to give us some participation trophies.
Everybody here is a winner.
So we're going to get to it. We've got 4, you said, right?
Yep.
We have 4 of them. And we got some real unique ones too, I think. So that will
A few of them were pretty unique. Couple of them were pretty well known.
Yeah.
One's a very big up and comer, and then we got someone that's coming out of left field.
Yeah,
So,
left field, big time. Yep. So okay, cool. Well, what's the first one we got
the
here?
first one is going to be Russell 6.
Ooh.
So this is a nice little bottle that comes in at 90 proof. You can pick one up for about $45. Here in Ohio, I think it's even cheaper, like 43. But produced by Wild Turkey, and this one is a low rye. Typically, I don't know that Wild Turkey produces anything with a higher rye bill of 51%.
I don't know what they do.
But that's what this guy comes in at. So it's not going to have quite as much of the spice as the rest.
It doesn't. It doesn't say if it's cold chilled or not.
You mean all non-chill filtered?
Yeah, sorry, not chilled. But
yeah, I don't know.
we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. Let's give it a go.
It smells like Russell's.
Over the lips, past the gums, look out stomach, here she comes.
I like that.
Oh, it's delicious.
Clean.
That is clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really doesn't have a hard bite at all.
Not at all.
Nah,
A little bit of spearmint gum, or like a real soft, spearmit gum in the
Kinda
at the end. Yeah.
I can taste that.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So their notes say on the website that you should get on the taste, you should get allspice, pepper, almond, and some dried fruit.
Definitely get pepper.
Yeah, that's
That's
pretty
obvious.
right.
Yeah.
You say rye.
You're going to get pepper.
Mhm.
I don't know about the almond.
Go for number 2.
The only thing I'm not
Kinda
getting is the
my-
almond.
Yeah, I'm not getting the almond either. I read some of these tasting notes sometimes, and some of them get so involved and everything. I'm sitting there thinking, man, you are pulling that somewhere that
Well,
isn't clean.
it's probably come from the master distiller, I would think.
It could be.
And those guys, forget about it, right?
Yeah.
Boy, the legs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the legs. No garter belt.
Your dad's not here.
yeah, right.
His ears are burning. Though.
Yeah, his ears are burning, right?
He's probably almost here.
Wasn't the one show we had, and he was like, "Oh, the legs," and we're like, "Dude, whoa, chill out, man."
No, that was the Maker's video at his place.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like,
Oh.
Don't exaggerate.
Well, that's a really good rye.
Yeah.
We had a really good rye a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to keep on saying this. I'm probably riding, this train pretty heavily. But M&O Spirits, we had a taste of his experimental rye, and that was wonderful. Now that was like what wasn't like a. I don't even know what proof he had that. Was it 115 or something like that?
oh no, it was in the 120s.
Was it really? So we were just having, so that's going to be kind of set apart. But like if you compare this to some of the other rides we've had, I really enjoy it.
It's nice. It's not going to sit there and hammer you. The rest of these might have a little bit more bite to them than this one, but it's got a lot of nice subtle flavors that really it's kind of a standard thing of what you would expect from the quality of the Russell's branding that they have at Wild Turkey. I've yet to be disappointed with anything from Wild Turkey, and that's probably because I haven't had Wild Turkey. I've had 101 and up.
Yeah, but that's also the price compared. Like we can get into all of that, but like anything Russell's right now for me has been. I love it.
Yeah.
So
I will say, definitely not as experienced as you guys, but it's definitely only a 90 proof.
yeah.
Yes.
Like as clean as it is, you can tell that it's definitely on the lower end.
Yeah.
I'm not really getting any burn.
Yeah. They
No.
do have a barrel proof, like at about $65, I think, if I remember the pricing right. And I was very tempted to get that instead, but I was picking up something else too. So I wasn't allowing myself to do that.
Restraint is good. Number 2.
All right.
What do we got here?
All right. Number 2, this is our out of left field, is Robbers Straight Rye Whiskey from La Crosse Distillery in Wisconsin.
Now, is it Robbers or Rovers?
Robbers.
Is it?
And I think there's a story behind Robert a whiskey robbery, and I don't know if it was centered in Wisconsin.
Okay.
I don't even know if this is what it's named after, but it's spelled like Robbers. I'm going with Robbers.
So this one was actually my wife's from Wisconsin, so her and her sister went up and they stopped there at the and they didn't have any bourbon. They didn't make any bourbon, but they said this is a low rye, and they say it tastes like bourbon, which we've had it a couple times, and I wouldn't disagree with it.
Yeah, so
It's a very bourbony.
the rye bill is probably somewhere between 51 to 56%.
Yeah,
I know that they have a lot of malted barley in there.
yeah.
This comes in at 101 proof, and you can, if you're in that area, you can grab it for
Only $40.
Yeah,
It's what?
it's a 4-year, which is actually for a rye. That's not bad.
I'm smelling a little bit more of that rye. Oilier, I think, than the Russells.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Well,
Yeah.
it should be because it's a barrel strength,
Yeah.
but it's definitely oilier. And I do like that's. There's something else there, and I'm not sure what it is. And I almost want, my first thing is I want to say pine, but it's not. It's not a pine, but it kind of goes that route.
Yeah, a little bit of maybe not like a juniper, but there is something. I know what you're saying.
There's something different there,
Like,
which is
I
nice.
wouldn't say like pine needle, maybe a pine cone, something a little more subtle with that.
I could say that. Yeah.
Perhaps. But yeah, they say on their website like you should have tasty notes of butterscotch, caramel, and cinnamon.
Okay, let me try it. Butterscotch.
I think I got the cinnamon. I didn't get any butterscotch from caramel.
This is a good whiskey.
It is.
It's different. It's unique. I like it. It's not. It just has a different taste to it. And I don't know about the butterscotch. It's butterscotch, cinnamon, and caramel.
Caramel, yeah.
Yeah, but butterscotch and caramel is kind of for a whiskey / bourbon is pretty much can be a standard thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit in the aftertaste.
Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
There is a little astringency with it. In the tastes, a little bit in the finish.
That's the oak, I think.
Well, the oak would be kind of drying, which yeah. But it's still, I realized, like the last time we had this a few weeks ago, whenever it was, it's surprisingly good. You and I were not
Expecting much.
expecting anything from this.
No. I mean, what would you take out? Which one would you like better?
The Russells.
You like the Russells better?
Yeah, the Russells is better
Yeah.
than the Robbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Robbers. The Robbers. I don't know. What would you do?
I would go with Russell's as well. There's that little bit of astringency that hangs out on the palate and it hits the middle of your tongue, kind of takes away from it. I like the viscosity of this. It coats a little better than what the Russell's does.
Yeah.
But outside of that, though, I think overall the flavor profile, Russell's has a bit more of a base hit on this one than Robbers does.
I'm going to go with the Robbers only because it's different, it's unique. It does have some astringency to it, but I really like the texture of it. I really like the thick viscosity of it. There you go. I took your word.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm gonna pick the Robbers over. I can't believe I'm going to do it, but I'm going to take the Robbers over. And I do like the Russells. Like that. That's a really good bottle. Robbers is just unique. So
You can definitely see the thickness, though. I mean, it just sits on the side of the glass.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
It's definitely a heavy.
Yeah.
Russell's is going to cease and desist.
On to number 3 here. What do we got going on?
All right. We have New Riff Single Barrel. This is their barrel proof rye. At 108.5 proof. They have their bottled and bond, which is that's actually the only one of theirs that I haven't had.
The bottle and bond rye or
bottled and bond rye.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I've had everything else. Their regular, their barrel, their single barrel, their bottled and bond, their single barrel rye. If you get something from New Riff, you're not going to be disappointed. These guys, this one, 100% rye.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's 95% rye, 5% malted rye.
Ooh.
So
This will be interesting.
it is.
So we're talking really 100% rye is what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Yep.
Damn.
I like the color.
Oh
Yeah. And this looks thick.
Yeah, it's definitely sitting up on the glass engine, like the Robbers.
It's got a nice aroma. Wow.
That malted rye. I don't know what exactly that does to it, but this does not taste like a standard rye. And just that 5%, if that's what it does, it completely does a paradigm shift on rye.
It's good, isn't it?
It's good, but that's a much larger job than. And what proof was that?
108.5.
What was the Robbers?
101
101.
and 90.
Yeah, the 90 is just out of the equation when it comes to strength.
Yeah.
That 7% jump, that's like night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely carries the punch of that one.
Yeah. It's odd. I'm used to, with the higher proof, it feels like it kicks you in the teeth right away.
Yeah.
This one doesn't. It's really smooth and it sits there. Then you kind of get the hit after you drink it. You get it once it's down in the throat. You
Yeah.
start to feel it really expanding your chest.
Yeah, it's a nice hug.
Yeah.
I get all that warmth at the back of the mouth and
As soon as
at
you
the top
start
of the throat.
Yeah.
It kind of balloons.
Yeah.
Just really, really nice. So they say on their website they had, I could have broken out an old ancient biblical scroll and it would not have been able to contain the list of things they put on.
Really?
on
That's
tasting
cool. Good for
lists.
them.
So I limited it to, so they say cinnamon, vanilla, toffee, toasted oak, and caramel.
I got 3 of those.
I 100% get the vanilla and the toffee when it's just sitting in my mouth.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the toasted
Before I
oak.
swallow. As soon as I swallow, I start to get the toasted oak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Caramel, they put it on.
Yeah.
Sorry, they put it on all of them, and I don't think I ever tasted on any of them.
I get that.
Oh, yeah.
To me, that's a Buffalo. Like,
Yeah.
if Buffalo Trace is like caramel.
Yeah, I get a lot of fruity notes with Buffalo Trace.
Yeah. Yeah.
The typical note of, and a
Man.
lot of whiskeydom is grape.
We have hit, this is 3 for 3.
Uh-huh.
You cannot, all 3 of these are wonderful. So this is your 2 winners. This is my winner. And now I'm saying, compare that with now the New Riff.
Well, you already know mine.
Yeah.
I mean, I already said it earlier before we started filming. Mine's
I
a new
think I'm
riff.
gonna pick the new riff.
Me too. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean, it's now. Granted, I think once we get in the higher proof and you can get past some of the heat, and if you get past some of that heat, you really get a lot of those flavors in it. For me, 1 to 110 is like the real sweet spot for me.
Yeah.
And that sits right in that realm where I was
It's
getting
crazy for me because I'm weak. I'm a 90 proof guy, and I'm happy there because I can get the taste.
Yeah,
And with
yeah.
the Russells, it's great. I get the taste.
Right.
That's why I said this one's so odd. It just sits in your mouth and you can taste everything,
Yeah.
and then you don't really get any of that punch until I
Yeah,
start
so
to swallow. I'm really impressed by the new riff. That's kind of a shocker to me. I thought being that high proof, it was kind of gonna.
New Riff does not.
Yeah.
Everything that I've ever had, New Riff has been a home run for me.
They are not playing around.
They are
They
not
are-
joking around.
They are probably they're one of my favorites
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
It's just some amazing stuff.
I know what this one
All
is.
right, so bottle number
This is
4.
good. I haven't had it yet.
You haven't had it yet. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
I really wanted to try this.
So, Christmas in July.
127.5
Oh, I know.
proof.
It
I know.
won't drink like
Because I've looked at this.
Oh, you have?
I've
Okay.
looked at this.
Yeah.
And it is probably, I will say, I've got their regular barrel proof.
that is phenomenal.
It's amazing. And they are some of the prettiest damn bottles you'll see on the market. I mean,
Wow.
this is a 70% rye bill.
Okay,
So this
so less than this one.
not much less than that one, but much more than the other two.
Right.
The color is dark.
Yes,
And
it
it's
is.
it seems like a heavier.
So I've heard really good things about this.
And they would be correct.
I mean, every time I've gotten on, people love this.
Yeah. I will say, with it being the rye and the high proof, it's going to taste like 127.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be disappointed. Yeah, that nose is amazing.
That nose is 127 proof.
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
I kind of like the nose.
I'm already in love. It's got a little bit more of a kick, but I'm telling you, to me, it does not drink. What is this? A 120? You said
127.
it does not drink like it's 127. I can sip on that and not.
It's hotter than rare breed.
Yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
Sure,
it's hotter.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It doesn't
it's nice.
make me choke.
Didn't choke, but you can edit out where my eyes started watering.
You just rubbed a little jalapeno.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was good though.
Oh yeah.
It's
There's nothing to be disappointed about. This is worth every bit of the $65.
That's it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
To be
know.
honest with you,
And don't you dare raise the price.
right. What do they say?
Well, they say, well, actually, Jack's website, it didn't have any notes on there whatsoever, so I had to go through a third party.
OHLQ.
No, they didn't have it listed.
Really? Did it?
No.
Ooh,
So black
that's
pepper, cinnamon, baking spices, butterscotch. I'm going to say this is similar enough to the regular bourbon that you're probably going to get a lot of leather and tobacco on the back.
On the back,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have any fruit listed.
No, do you get fruit out of
The
this?
very first, when it first goes in your mouth, I get a fruit taste.
Do you run? Okay.
Just a very soft, a good taste.
I think for this, because it will get hotter as you sip more of it, but if you extend the time between the sips, that kind of dissipates because it lets your tongue kind of cool down. So if you let it
Chill
kind of bloom, and this is it's a slow sipper.
Yeah,
That's
that's a good point. That's a good point.
For me, it wasn't. It was so good.
Oh, shoot, you were-
It was so good. Yeah.
What did you do? Did you stick a
it's
needle in
gone.
your arm and start?
Yeah, I don't know.
That
That
was
one
good.
was so good that I could Sorry, honey. I can take that bottle and I can chug that bottle. That is the fastest I have ever sipped on any kind of whiskey, bourbon, rye, anything.
Okay, so then
That was phenomenal.
I guess we don't really have to have a discussion about it, but we've got 4 really good ryes.
Yeah.
I think we know what your favorite is.
Oh, definitely the robbers.
Yeah.
You have to lie.
Oh, it's a must-lie situation.
No, yeah, definitely the Jack.
Wow.
Then onto the Riff, the Russells, and the robbers after.
Okay, so you got Jack, Riff, Russell's, Robbers.
The Jack is, hands down though, leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of the group.
And
I'm sticking with the new Riff. It's a tough choice because of the complexity of both blends. I really love what New Riff's bringing to the table with it.
I gotta go New Riff only because the smoothest throughout. I really like it. This does not take away from the Jack Daniels. Oh man, I think I might be wrong. I don't know.
Don't worry, you should be used to it by now.
Oh, whatever.
Okay, so here it is. The make up your mind Nator.
Biggest difference between these two. My mouth is drier when I drink this.
I'll probably be buying a bottle of that not far off. I don't think that my mouth had the chance to dry out because I didn't want to sip on that. and that's the difference. The Jack Daniels was so good that my mouth didn't have the chance to dry out.
It made you drink. He's got a point. Big gulps, huh?
Yeah.
Well, see you later.
Yeah.
Hey guys! Whoa, big gulps, huh? Alright. Well, see you later.
These are all.
He's gonna jump on this bandwagon, but I'm gonna ride the fence. So, New Riff, you take New Riff, you take Jack Daniels. I'm gonna sell on the fence because it's my show, damn it, and I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. We gotta say what's our favorite. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I think it's a battle of the rise.
This country has the ability to do one thing and say another.
Hey, thanks again. Hey, I'm glad my boy Kenny. We gotta get him to come back, right? Comment in below. Kenny's gotta come back, right? It's gotta happen, right? Next week or the week after, whatever. It's gotta happen. That's my boy.
Hey, I'm not gonna play.
Yeah, right. We love having him. So, all right. Well, hey, thanks a lot for showing up and tuning in.
For all bourbon.
For all bourbon, guys. Have a good one. We'll catch you later. I haven't had this one yet, have I?
Yeah, I'm glad you were a little heavier on that one. That took care of the work week problem. And the new Riff was phenomenal. 100%. I will